Hey, I want to start by saying that this is not a commercial for Total Automotive. If anything, it's a public service announcement for automotive repair shops in the industry. We were talking about parts, prices of parts, and accusations of people getting accused of gouging you and taking advantage of you, charging too much for parts when you can get maybe the same part off of Amazon, eBay, Parts Geek, Rock Auto. That's not always the case. We do the best we can here to always use a quality component. If not OE, then OE equivalent. And those can range anywhere from Nip and Denso, NGK in terms of spark plugs, spark plug wires, ignition components. That brings me to another topic that I wanted to talk to you about, just spark plugs alone. We could talk for hours on those things because it used to be in the 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe even the 90s, you could go down to the parts store and pick up a set of auto lights and screw them in anything you wanted to. And they would work. They would work just fine. That's not the case these days. Engineers working for these manufacturers are using specific type of spark plugs, specific type of ignition systems. So if you get an auto light spark plug for your 2017 Hyundai, it might screw into the cylinder head just fine. It may fit, it might have the correct length, all of those things. But you're going to have trouble with that spark plug. I can almost promise you that. And you might not even know that that's what it is. You could chase your tail for months thinking that you've got still another problem, and really all that's happened is you put the wrong spark plug in the car. We have to do that research in terms of when our mechanics diagnose something that has a failed spark plug or ignition coil. We have to use that knowledge to make sure that we pick the correct parts. So it kind of rolls back into what I was saying earlier. You know, if you've run down to AutoZone and got your codes pulled and they give you a slip that says, hey, you've got a misfire on cylinder number 7, here's a list of possible causes that include an ignition coil and a set of spark plugs. You run in there and buy the wrong spark plugs and the wrong ignition coil, take it home, put it on there, and then discover you still got the same problem. You're back to square one, and all you really saved money on was the diagnostic, okay? We talked about this in a video once before. People hate paying that diagnostic fee. And to them, it's a money grab from the shop that they've taken it to, and it's just simply not. I mean, we cannot stress that enough. At Total Automotive, our diagnostic is pretty thorough. The equipment we use scans every module in the vehicle. Now, you may be only having a problem in the engine control module, and you're not too awful concerned about the HVAC problems, the ABS problem that you're having, maybe even suspension, steering and suspension. There's a whole host of other things that those scan tools check. When you go to AutoZone and get your trouble codes pulled, we've seen these slips, they bring them to us. Maybe O'Reilly's has at least a full sheet of paper, but they've got a tech finder on there and some recommendations of stuff that you might do. Here's what ours look like. This is just a 2015 GMC, okay, Vehicle Diagnostic Report. This comes with your VIN number. It's going to have your name, address, date, mileage, tag number, all of your systems scanned, every DTC that's associated with those modules, if it has one. Most of these modules don't. You got a green check mark by that, it doesn't have any code. The engine control module in this vehicle has 6 codes in it. Okay? Here they are listed. It's going to give you just a, small little explanation of what that means. But this thing's got quite a bit of stuff going on with it. Evaporative emissions, large leak, battery sensor module, generator terminal, intake rocker arm, solenoid valve. There's a lot going on with this one. And once again, in most cases, $125 to diagnose this issue, I feel like that's pretty fair, okay? We're going to have to find a starting point with this, clearly. Sometimes you get down the rabbit hole. You can't diagnose all those codes at one time. Some of those codes may be in there because of other, okay? Meaning that that rocker arm solenoid could be causing the valve performance issue, okay? So it doesn't mean that you have 6 separate problems. But again, it would take a qualified mechanic to do that. Let me point out this too. You take that same vehicle down to AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Advanced Auto Parts, it may pull 2 out of 6 of those codes. They pull global codes only, to my knowledge. I'm not aware of any of them that pull manufacturer-specific codes. Now the difference is a global code is going to tell you something like you've got a misfire on cylinder number 2, okay? A manufacturer-specific code is going to tell you you have an issue with your stop-start battery that's in your trunk and it's part of the stop-start system for your car. There's a very good chance that that's not even going to come up on a code that you get read at the parts store, okay? Also, one other thing I wanted to mention, I'm not throwing AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and Advance under the bus. I'm really not. The way they look at this is that this is a service to you, and it very well could be. I mean, maybe it's, if you look at it just at good information. The idea behind it, though, is that you'll go in and purchase these parts from them, and, you know, on the off chance, may be able to fix your car. If you bring it to a repair facility, in most cases, they're going to be able to fix it, or they're going to have a heck of a better chance of fixing it this way than they would just based off of that. I don't even know what they would recommend that you would buy for that. 4 of those codes are going to require additional diagnostics. What do you replace if you've got a generator L terminal code? There's no part to replace for that. You might find that after you do some extensive testing, the alternator's failed, or the wire is broke, the connector's loose, the pin's gotten hot, no longer making contact anymore. But again, there's no part that you can run into Advance and buy, or AutoZone, to fix that problem. Possibly an alternator, maybe. But again, that's a $500 or $600 guess. Okay, you don't want to do that. You can spend $125 at a shop, they're going to give you the right information you need.